Hello and welcome to UNA Today.
where you get your trusted campus and local news.
I'm Brantley Taylor.
And I'm Wesley Tomlinson.
A newly erected fence has caused some confusion on campus. Several students who live in Olive Hall are accustomed to taking a dirt path that runs alongside the Wesley Foundation building. The path is now blocked by a fence. The fence was put up for safety concerns and so that students will not slip on a dirt path. Some students find the new fence as an inconvenience, while others do not mind. Reverend Linda Williams is the pastor for the Wesley Foundation. She says that the fence was put up out of love and to keep students safe. She says the fence was not put up out of spite. Do you know what apps your children, siblings, or friends are using? Patrick Caver teaches social media safety on apps you may have never even heard of. Hannah Campbell has more details.
And I was giving a presentation for the teachers on actually things to look for with the social media and the cell phones with the kids coming back to school. Some of the new things, because these things change every year, so I try to care once a year and get the teachers updated on the new technology and things that the teenagers are doing.
Patrick Caver teaches the dangers of apps you might not even be aware of.
Snapchat is the most used app that we have here in Morgan County. It's a section where teenagers can actually hide pictures on Snapchat, and just if a parent just looks at Snapchat, they may not see it. So therefore, they've got to know what it means, what My Eyes Only is. House party is a problem is because once you sign on a house party, you automatically open yourself up into video chats. And other people can come into your video chat and you can see each other. As many as 10 people at a time can get on a house party. Live video chats. Monkey is a new chat room in which the children or teenagers can sign on to it, and they can go to each little, what they call branches. And in each branch is a chat room. And it can be different topics, different things that the teenagers can actually get into.
Superintendent Bill Hopkins says that programs like this are beneficial for school systems and your child's online safety.
Mr. Cavers is conducting a class. We think it's beneficial for our faculty and staff to see what is out there. And he keeps us up to date on different issues and ways that we can better use social media, not only for positive, but for educational.
Caver says that his main goal is to give teachers the tools to educate parents on social media safety.
I really want the teachers to help me, an extension out here, to be able to communicate to the students and help to get to the parents. What I'm really focusing on this year is trying to educate the parents. Because as parents, if we don't understand what's going on, there's no way we can teach it to our kids.
Hannah Campbell in Morgan County.
A 20-year-old man was shot at a local nightclub, the Brass Monkey in Florence, on October the 26th. He was transported to the North Alabama Medical Center and was treated for his injuries and released. The Florence Police Department have taken 27-year-old Adonis Reese Butler and 27-year-old Dakota Evans Reed into custody, who they believe are responsible for the shooting. Both men are being charged for shooting into an occupied building and assault in the second degree. Their bond is currently set at $32,500 and they are being held at the Lauderdale County Detention Center. On September the 14th, thousands of people gathered to watch the Shoals Dragon Boat Festival at McFarland Park. Traditional Hong Kong-style dragon boats raced across the waters. Harold Lewis has more details.
The annual Shoals Dragon Boat Festival was full of the boat racing and the family fun that the event is known for. A local organization leader gave us his take on this year's event.
So I have done Dragon Boat before, not here. I did it down in Montgomery when I was going through Air War College when I was in the Air Force. So this is awesome. I mean, number one, it's about what it's here for. You know, it's for the scholarships. It's money for local students to go to the Northwest Shoals or UNA. So there, it's awesome. But then I get to be here as part of my student group, the Military Veterans Alliance at UNA, to be here with them where we've got some veterans that are students that are helping raise money for other students. You know, by the way, even the better part about this is they were sponsored by MVP, by T-Mobile, and by the Shoals Chamber of Commerce. So it didn't really cost us a whole lot out of our pocket. We get to come here, enjoy the camaraderie, some good competition, and basically it's all for a good cause. So this is awesome. I was able to come last year as a spectator. This is first time as a participant.
For UNA News, I'm Harold Lewis Jr.
ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi has been confirmed dead as a result of a U.S. raid in northwestern Syria. General Frank McKenzie, who was the top military commander in the Middle East, gave final approval for the operation after receiving permission from President Donald Trump. McKenzie said that the Islamic State leader had committed suicide after being cornered in his small compound with 2 small children that had died alongside him. He also said that 5 ISIS leaders were killed in addition to Baghdadi. In announcing his death, President Trump declared that Baghdadi was the world's #1 terrorist leader. Scammers are getting more and more creative every day, making it crucial for you to be careful with your personal information. Spoofing claimed the bank account of one Athens man. Hannah Campbell has more details.
Charles Brock answered an unexpected phone call. It was a call from who he thought was Redstone Federal Credit Union's fraud department.
They said they were from Redstone Federal Credit Union's fraud department and that there had been a possible transaction on my debit card ending in 2228. He said, well, Mr. Brock, the card has been compromised. He said, what we're going to do is we're going to cancel the card and we'll send you out another one. Then he asked for the last 3 digits on the security code on the back. And I said, no, something's wrong there. I said, I'm not going to do that. And I called back to the number that they called from, which was I knew was Redstone's fraud department since we'd had an issue several months earlier. Foolishly, I gave him the last 3 then because the card had been canceled. I'm talking to the bank.
Feeling uneasy, he went to the bank to receive a new credit card.
So I drove down to Redstone here in Athens and I went in and I went to get the new card made. And the young lady took me into the office and I gave her the card that was supposed to have been tore up and told her what happened. And she looked on the account and she said, Mr. Brock, you have no money in your account. I said, what? So I told her what had happened and she said, well, I see no notes of that. I don't see anything on that. Mr. Brock, I'm sorry, but you didn't talk to no one here. She said, there's no notes on the prompt.
The sheriff's office explained that spoofing is a new trend among scammers.
And he said, it's called spoofing. I said, what? He said, the term is called spoofing. He said, what happens is they can actually take the telephone number that they want you to see, and with an app that they can download at the App Store, it'll look like that number.
Charles says that he wants others to be aware of scammers' innovative ways of getting your information.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm embarrassed as to what happened, but I think it's more important that people understand they've gotten a lot better at what they're doing.
Hannah Campbell in Limestone.
UNA students are on edge after multiple reports of a woman trying to persuade students into giving her money. She also urges individuals to get into her van. She has been spotted mostly by the sorority dorms in the Gwinnett University Center parking lot. She didn't do anything, but she's being very aggressive towards people, said Sarah Brock, a UNA sophomore. UNA police has said that they have checked campus cameras to find anything to identify the woman, but they haven't found anything. Students believe that a campus alert should be sent out, but campuses believe that this isn't a high threat because the woman is just asking for money. UNA police have increased patrols in the area and urge students that if they see the woman in her white vehicle to alert authorities.
On Thursday, the House of Representatives voted to initiate the investigation of President Donald Trump and his recent dealings with Ukraine. This will begin impeachment procedures as the House Intelligence Committee will hold open hearings, which will allow Trump and his counsel to attend, present evidence, cross-examine witnesses, and submit requests for testimony. Congressional Republicans have responded to the Democratic Party, with GOP leaders saying that this inquiry is just another attempt to get Trump out of office and reverse the 2016 election. Do you have extra stress, just went through a tough breakup, or stressed out about finals? Well, the Rage Room might be the place for you to get rid of that extra stress or anger. Hannah Campbell has more details.
Yes, that's the Rage Room, where you can break glass, electronics, and other objects until your heart is content. I got gloved up, put my mask on, and got to smashing.
Okay.
The Rage Room is a great place to have birthday parties and even employee bonding exercises.
So we came here for a group outing with the company I work for, Thompson Gray. We brought a handful of people, about 6 of us came out, and we just saw the opportunity to have some fun and do something different that is new to the area, or at least new to us. But the whole group, all in all, had fun. We had multiple bottles, the larger items, the medium and small items as they have them listed, speaker boxes, a little Apple TV box, a lot of electronics, a lot of bottles, and then your assortment of golf clubs, bats, sledgehammers, hammers, crowbars, a lot of activities to use.
So if you have some extra rage, head down to the rage room, grab a bat, and start swinging. Hannah Campbell in Huntsville.
On October 3rd, the Student Senate approved an alternative admission policy for undergraduate students. If a student does not meet the university's admission requirements and is denied admission, they can appeal their denial through the new policy. UNA is the 4th university in Alabama to adopt an alternative admission process. Conditionally admitted students must have a 16 or 17 composite ACT score and a high school GPA of at least 1.75. Students are required to meet with one of the advisors in University Advising Services. The meeting consists of putting together an academic plan of action for the semester to ensure academic success. Last weekend, the 33rd Annual Alabama Renaissance Fair was held at Wilson Park in downtown Florence. The event happens every 4th weekend in October and averages about 30,000 to 40,000 participants every year.
The Alabama Renaissance Fair is known to house local vendors every year in downtown Florence to showcase their products. Jones of Art is a local female-run business specializing in handcrafted jewelry and paintings.
I've been part of Jones of Art for, ever since it started about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. And we all just sat down one day in Russell and decided that we wanted to be a part of something bigger than ourselves and just create more beauty in the world. And that's what I do, pretty much for a living. No, Jones of Art is pretty much just making women the most powerful, not really going with the feminist movement, but making sure that we know our self-worth just as much as men see our worth. But not necessarily making men think that we are to be bought, because women rule the world, everyone knows it. We make, pretty much every piece is one of a kind, all handmade, of course done with love and care. Pretty much if you ask us if we can do something, we will probably find a way to do it. We're not limiting ourselves to anything. If you say, hey, can you make this certain Celtic cross? We will try. If you ask us, hey, can you do paint parties? Yes, we can do it. Hey, do you do face paint? Yeah, we can do it. You just let us know what your need is and we'll meet it. We are Jones of Art. We can do anything that women can do. We birth babies. Why not make jewelry? We're here to make people feel beautiful, and we're here to just have fun. Jones of Art's all about having fun, and so is the Ren Fair. So we're having fun. We are taking pictures with anybody who'll take pictures, and we're all part of a cosplay group, so we're just having fun with people who dress up. I mean, that's what the whole Renaissance Fair is, being someone who you wish to be back then.
As the search for a missing Auburn teenager continues, Texas EquuSearch has now joined the effort in finding 19-year-old Anaya Blanchard. Blanchard was last seen on October 23, 2019. EquuSearch has been involved in several high-profile missing persons cases, including Natalee Holloway. According to their website, they have helped find and return over 400 missing persons to their homes and families safely. Blanchard's 2017 Honda CR-V was found damaged in Montgomery, and officials now believe that she may have been harmed. There is now a $105,000 reward for information on her whereabouts. Doug Jones launched his 2020 campaign with a rally in Sheffield attended Sunday by several hundred cheering supporters. Darian Harris has more details.
This past month, the show's Democratic Club hosted U.S. Senator Doug Jones at its monthly meeting. The junior senator was elected to office in 2017 after a close win over Roy Moore. Show's Democratic Club provided refreshments for the well-attended meeting, shared some announcements, and yielded the floor for Jones to speak.
And I think folks are stepping up to do that. I really think. I've talked to businesses across the country. I talked to businesses in Alabama. You know, we were talking.
Jones spoke of his experience working in Washington, D.C., and gave reports of bipartisan efforts in the Senate.
You got local legislators up here. Write them, talk to them, go to their town hall.
After speaking, Jones opened the floor for questions from the audience.
Why would you use
something at your disposal instead of talking to a foreign government.
Well, it's a good question.
Is it against the law?
Jones also asked the crowd for its support as he seeks a 2020 re-election. Reporting at UNA, I'm Darian Harris.
A Florence man was charged after a knife fight on Halloween night. The incident resulted in one victim in the hospital and another man in jail. 52-year-old Wallace Earl Beckwith was arrested last Thursday and charged with second-degree assault. Officials say that Beckwith assaulted a 43-year-old man on Shade Avenue in Florence. However, it is unclear what triggered the altercation. According to police, the victim was taken to North Alabama Medical Center and was treated for multiple lacerations and is now recovering. The smell of smoke and the sound of sirens filled the air Monday evening near downtown Florence. Harold Lewis was on location to find out what all the commotion was about. We have that story for you now.
Emergency responders quickly extinguished a house fire in the historic district of downtown Florence early Monday evening. The blaze came from a resident's workshop located behind the home, according to a Florence police officer who is on the scene directing traffic. Police and firefighters worked together with emergency medical personnel to ensure everyone on the scene was kept safe and the situation was under control. A large perimeter of roads were blocked off north to south from Hermitage Drive to East Irvine Avenue and east to west from North Poplar to North Walnut Streets. First responders moved through the darkness, working in teams to quickly contain the fire and establish safe routes to direct people around the scene. We were unable to find out at this time if anyone had been injured in the fire. We will update you again when we have more. For UNA News, I'm J.R. Lewis.
Thank you for joining us, where it's always a great day at UNA.
Join us again at noon, 4, 6, and 10 for your latest breaking campus and local news.